Hello and welcome. We're going to show you a new feature that we've deployed. It's in its early stages. This is still version 1.1 because we've had a 1.0 and it went okay. So we went back in and did some more work to it. But if you're looking on the screen here and I test patient, I want to show you, if you pay attention to where it says document signatures. Okay, so the quest was the client asked us, can we have a way for patients to sign documents in office without paper, okay, to sign it on a tablet? And that's where this was born at, being able to sign a document in the office without printing it out. And I was talking to my wife this morning. She's like, oh, yeah, when I go to Dr. Blah, 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 they do the same thing on the blah, blah, blah. And it goes here and blah, blah. So this is along those same lines of being able, again, sign documents electronically. And this is the control mechanism for it. Now, let's get jumping in. If I click on Manage, then you can see here that I am now in the documents. I can assign a document to a patient to be signed. Okay, and when I do this, I'm going to sign a document. Now, these are the documents that are currently in the system. It ships with these by default, and these can be edited. We'll get into that in just a minute. But if I need to do a consent for treatment, and I want to do okay, they're one at a time. I'm learning to, or remembering to. So consent for treatment, then I'm going to go ahead and select this consent for treatment. I can attach it to a specific encounter if I need to, or I can just let it hang out in the system. And in this case, I'm going to just let it hang out in the system. And this is note to patient. And I'm going to fill something out here just to see what it does because I don't remember at the moment. And I'm going to go ahead and say assign now versus assign it later. Now, when I say assign now, of course, it shows me the document immediately and the patient can read it. That's what the assign now do. Let's see. And for grins and giggles, I think I can do this. Yep, I can. So if I go back and I'm going to do the consent for treatment and I'm going to say assign later, let's see what happens when I do that. Okay, it says document assigned to request ID 2. All right. But now if I go back here, now you can see I have two that are ready. One, the one when I did the assign now, it came up immediately and I could have turned it over to the patient to be signed. But the one that says pending, it won't open immediately. It puts it in the list and then you can come here and when you're in the patient's chart, I'm gonna go back to the patient's chart, technically back here. And so now when I go into the managed documents, I should see that one there. Okay, so I have two documents, one pending and one in progress. So if I click on the sign now, it's gonna bring me back to where I was. And here again, patient can read it. And of course, as though it's on a tablet, it's gonna look smaller and it's going to be more compressed, but you'll still have all the information there. And also I will click on read document or sign document. And since this is Addie, of course, if it's on a tablet, they can sign with their finger, but I'm going to do this and say submit signature. And now, if of course the person's holding the tablet, they can hand it back to you that they've completed this by the front desk. Now, the bad thing is, well, of course, we're trying to figure some things out. It's like, well, how do you get out of this as the client? I don't know yet. So I'm going to go ahead and click the back button for me. Now, if you notice that, and there is no back button, by the way, I just did that because I know in the browser you can go back. But for now, we'll figure that out as we go. This is where we are now. Okay. So as you can see, I filled out the form. As you can see, now it moved to completed. It's under signed documents. I can download it as a PDF. Of course, the next question is, well, where did this live? If I'm in the patient's chart and I want to go see this document, do I have to keep going here every time to see it? Well, yeah, you could go here every time to see it because you're going to have a running list here. Okay, and I'm going to show you this feature right here because you have an audit log that shows you what happened and when. This is one of those compliancy issues, and we had a compliancy officer who was involved in building this particular feature. All right, I'm gonna go back here, and now I'm gonna go back to the patient's chart. The other place this document lives also is in the patient's documents. So if I go to information and so go to on-site portal and then go to review, that same document exists here, and as you can see, it's signed. So in this case, we have the fax set up, and when you want to, if you need to fax this to somebody, you can just click here and then fill in the phone number or search for through your address book for the phone number, and then submit it to be faxed off to wherever it needs to go. Okay, so that's why it lives here. And of course, if it's living there, then the other place that it becomes available is if I go to reports, I can scroll down here, you can see that it's here as well. So it has many places that it lives, and if it needs to go out in a report, as part of the report, it will go out as a part of the report as well. Let me go back to the dashboard. So I'm going to play around with this a little bit just to hash out some things. So if I go back to the managed documents, now granted, this managed documents is for this patient and this patient only. So it's not a one size do all for every patient. It's only specific to ADA, okay? Not anybody else, and it manages ADAs differently. So if I go to assign document and I want to assign, again, the HIPAA notice, and I'm going to do assign later for now, okay? And now it's been assigned. And so when ADA comes in, so this is something that the managers can do. They can go into the patient's chart before the patient arrives, or go down the list of patients to be seen that day and jump into their chart and then assign documents that need to be signed by the document, signed by the patient, okay. Assign documents that need to be assigned by the patient. Man, that's a lot of signing. Okay, and then put it in here so that when the MA or the front desk person, who is going to be the first person to see it, the front desk person can go in here, and I think that's what we need to put in there, because it just dawned on me, is that there's, it does, right here. It says documents, okay, that there's one document that needs to be signed by the patient. Bam, look at that. So then the MA or the front desk person can jump in here and then pull it up on the tablet. That's going to be our next evolution, is how does this get from the EHR into a tablet, a kiosk. That's going to be our next goal. And okay, to get that done. So then, of course, when the patient comes in, they can come here, do the sign now, and then it would go down here like this one, like the consent of treatment, okay? Now, I'm going to go back to here. Okay, I need to go where... Okay, when I go to assign document, there's something I need to talk about here. Managing the templates. Okay, so let's jump into that. All right, so these are where your templates live. Your templates are HTML files, okay? Let me say that again. They're HTML file. The original designer just decided to use HTML as your document format and to make it easiest to change. So I'm going to go up here and see what happens when I click this. As you can see, it has what are called HTML tags in this. Now, if you don't know HTML, the easiest thing I can think to do, and it might be the most detrimental, is to use a Word editor, or use like Word, okay? And then when you save the document, save as, and then save it as HTML, okay? And then copy and paste that HTML into here. And then that's what's going to create your template, all right? Now, the other thing is the categories. The categories can be managed here. When you click on this, you only need to fill out the label portion, which will be in this column here. The slug will be auto-generated from the label that you create. So the slug will automatically generate it. The sort order is if you want to put it in between, and that's why these are in increments of 10, okay? So that if I wanted to put one above HIPAA, okay, in order, then it would show above there because the sort order would be 5. And I hope you get the idea. If I wanted to show something in between HIPAA and consent, I would name it like 5, or make it the sort order 15. All right, and of course you can make it any one of the numbers between 11 and 19. And so that's how many forms you can put in between each one, or yeah, forms you can put in between each one. So you can get pretty creative with the forms when you use the document, because I probably, if you have, what's that thing called, like LibreOffice, it makes a cleaner HTML file, or you can just use an HTML generator. Either one of those to get clean looking, what's the stuff called again? HTML. This is which your goal as far as in your HTML, you want it to be clean looking like this, tags that will make this, because I know that Microsoft Word puts a lot of extra stuff inside the HTML. It looks not the best to me, but it will still work. All right, so I'm gonna cancel this, and then you can see how to manage your, and then the last thing is that if you have documents that are already in your patient portal, you can import those documents from your patient portal, because these are separate, okay? They're separate from each other. And this feature was added because somebody thought it would be interesting, that if I got documents that I already have in my patient portal, because of course, if you're installing this module and you've already been using the patient portal, and you want to use those same documents to be signed in Office, because the patient portal doesn't make it that easy to do it. And of course, this was supposed to be an ease of use thing to sign those documents within the Office. So here you can pull those documents from the patient portal into the DocuSign feature here, or document sign feature here as a template, and then that way it will go up here, and then those templates can be assigned to be signed in the Office. And that way the patient doesn't have to log into the patient portal. You don't have to do a lot of hoop jumping to get the patient to sign the document, and of course cut down on your paper use in the Office. Now, I think that's where I'm going to stop at. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment below, or you can jump on our website at torivo.com and ask any questions there. We'll be happy to answer them. And as always, thanks for watching. We'll go back to patient start here. See you on the next one.